I will do my best to answer them. Okay, so let's just give it a few more minutes and we'll go from there. So it's now 1 minute past. We'll give it 5 minutes past. Okay. So, look, our next exam. So,
You've muted yourself. Why can't I hear you?
guys, thank you so much for waiting. I don't know if anyone can you all hear me? Hello?
Yep.
No, hi. We've got 5 or 6 people on the call. If another one, so admit. Hang on, I'm just gonna mute. So guys, thanks so much for joining this call. If you can't hear me, just let me know, or if it's too noisy. There's a lesson going on in the next door class, so so it might get a bit noisy. I have to move. So do shout if you can't hear me or if it's too echoey. The reason why I put this notice up because we were getting a lot of inquiries about centre assessed grades and exams. And so I thought it would best just talk to as many people as possible about the guidance that we're getting as an exam centre on the likelihood on the exams for the summer of 2021, and what are we putting in place for candidates. Is there anything? So it's hard. I'm not sure how to introduce. Should we introduce each other? But I'm going to talk to you as if you're a bit of everything. So you're going to have to sort of bear with me. I'm assuming you're here because you're interested about what exams are going to happen in the summer of 2021. Now, some of you may know that Cambridge International exams are going ahead. Do we all? I don't know if you know all that, but Cambridge International is an unregulated exam board. I'm assuming, well, if you don't know that now, Ofcol regulate OCR, AQA, Edexcel, and WJC in Wales, whereas Cambridge International is unregulated, so it can move much quicker. So Cambridge International exams, and I will share this on the group now, are going ahead. Now, there is a consultation going on at the moment where Ofcol have asked schools and colleges to come back with some guidance about what they think should be happening. My suspicion, and as I don't know yet because I'm not in the process, is that there will be an opportunity to sit exams for independent candidates. There will be, and even in the consultation paper that they came out with, there was even in the consultation paper that came out, questions, there was a section about private candidates. So the answer from the consultation we haven't come up with the results yet of what will happen to private candidates, but my suspicion, and it is a suspicion, is that there will be opportunity to sit exams for the regulated exam boards. Whereas for the unregulated exam boards, which is Cambridge International, they have said they will put their exams on in the summer of 2021. Any questions so far?
What do we do in the meantime? Sorry, hi, this is Tanya from House.
Hi.
Hello there, Edward, and hello everyone else. I'm here because my son is taking one GCSE, and it's an Excel GCSE, and he has been taught by myself. So what do we do in the meantime? Because all of his work is in a book at home. It's not to be teacher standard. Do we need to do anything?
Do continue to learn as if you've got the exams coming in the summer. Okay, continue to learn. Yeah, I accept it. It's quite difficult to sort of put together, informal mocks and homework and whatnot when you're learning from home. And I think that will come out of the consultation that there will be an opportunity to sit the exam. So we have to assume that there are going to be exam sitting opportunities. So keep learning for those exams. Okay. My guidance it's hard for me because I'm going to be the tutor and it's a personal relationship and it's a complex one. I would when we get more guidance about centre assessed grades, and there is an avenue to produce them, centres like ours, and there'll be others, will provide a framework of mock papers and informal assessments. Okay, so we can do that over a period of time, whether it be 1, 2, 3, or 4 settings. It's not just us, but others. That will come with the guidance that Ofcol are producing now. So keep aiming for that exam now. Assume the exams will be going ahead in June. And by the way, the exams are later this year, so they are later. So you've got quite a long time. Does that help?
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, so I'll keep talking. I'm just going to talk freely. For those who, I know 1 or 2 people have asked me about computers, about science A levels and science practicals. Science practicals are separate to the exam. They're split, and you will still need a requirement if your university going to do medicine or a science degree. You'll still be required to do something called science and the practicals, A-level practical endorsement it's called. So that's usually 12 science practicals, which is it's a pass mark. It's like, are you safe in the lab? Do you understand the lab? Do you know? It's all the range of things of being in a laboratory for the 3 sciences. You'll still need to do them, and there will be plenty of opportunity, whether in us or with other centres, loads of opportunities to do that when this lockdown finishes. So let's assume lockdown finishes, schools come back in June, April time. There'll be loads of opportunity, and you can do it after the exam, so it's time independent. You see, boarding. So have we got any more questions here? Let's have a look. Can I ask what else? Does anyone else have any other questions here about where we are? We're very early on in the cycle of consultation from Ofcol. So we are probably a third of the way through. So we've got another 2 or 3 weeks for when we get proper certainty. So they cancelled exams, 2 or 3 weeks ago? So they cancelled? They didn't. They were just said, Ofcol need to review it. And for the people in the Cambridge International doing exams, which, by the way, I really like, they're still doing exams, and IGCSEs for EdXL. They're so-called international. Hello? Is that? Hello? Did anyone ask more questions? No? I'm quite new to Zoom, so... No. Okay, right. I hope that I've given you some guidance. Just keep focusing on the exam, and over the next 10 days, it's going to get a lot clearer about the centre gates. But be prepared. There will be opportunities to sit exams. I'm pretty sure of that, although it's not certain. It's going to get increasingly obvious that there will be opportunities for exams to be sat in the summer. It was quite a long time from now. So I hope that gives you some level of comfort, and there is a strong chance of likelihood to be able to sit exams. I think.
Sorry, could I just ask a quick question, please? So it's Michelle, and it's my son who wanted to resit an A-level maths. So we've been having some work from a tutor. Yes. For a while now, and obviously he's a tutor, and we were going to use the exam house to do an exam. Is he classed as a private candidate or not? If he's had kind of a distant, one of these distance providers. I don't understand when you are classed as a private candidate, but if you've had distance learning provider, because that was another option we were thinking of doing. Yeah. What are you? Are you a private candidate still?
Right. So it's a sort of vague term, the word private candidate. You are if you are you going to go through the UCAS system or not? Are you just sitting the exam? We will provide, in the fullness of time, a centre assessed grade if we need to. But by the way, I think there'll be an opportunity to sit exams, we will put that structure in place to be able to generate a valid response to the grade that and produce a suitable grade to reflect the candidate. So, and that includes mocks and formal tests and whatnot. So I think the definition of what you just said, it is a vague term, if that makes sense. If you're going through UCAS or going through not, it's a complex term because there are an awful lot of people here who are doing resits, they're doing short courses, they're doing long courses, but do you see what I mean? I think the word private candidate comes with those who are not in a Department of Education qualified school, but there's loads of providers, including prisons.
Okay, thank you. Thanks.
Any other questions? Okay, great. Some of you got my mobile. Just call me anytime, and I'll just keep you updated, and I'll keep putting posts on the exam house website as well. And I'm also campaigning. I've just written a letter to the Secretary of State to say, come on, let's get some clarity and put some exams on, because not putting exams on is bonkers. Anyway, let's see, any more questions here? Let's see, chat. Okay, hi, I thought I'd jump on. I don't mean to reply to everyone. So aren't later this year, they were made in their original times. Lynn, you're right. Lynn, you're right. This is correct. My fault. These aren't later this year. I've just been told that they're not. So excuse me, the dates are the same. So Lynn, thank you for that. Yeah, I've got that one wrong. Okay. My apologies for that. But yeah, so just let's focus on the exam. There will be an opportunity to sit exams this summer. And I think some of the dates of the I may be wrong, caveat, but the dates for the results might be a bit later as well. Lynn might be able to tell me if I'm wrong, but I think the dates are going to be slightly later. Okay, thank you very much, guys. Thank you. Any questions?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.